There's a new big three in town, and they continue to defy all expectations. The Denver Nuggets get a win versus the Dallas Mavericks. Once again, no Nikola Jokic, no Cam Johnson, no Christian Brown, no problem. Jamal Murray, Peyton Watson, and Aaron Gordon, they put the team on their back and they get a great win on the second night of a back-to-back to move into 6-3 without Jokic, with some very winnable games on the table, y'all. And we have to have a tremendous discussion about just how this team is continuing to put it together. Y'all know what time it is. Swipa gang. Let's get it. Your Denver Nuggets beat the Dallas Mavericks 118-109 in a tremendous performance for this team. I am genuinely excited about how they have performed. Genuinely is excited for how they perform. They have been terrific. I love the fact that this team is playing as hard as he is. The team is playing as hard as they are. They're doing so many great things on a night in, night out basis. They're continuing to fight. They're continuing the grind. They're doing anything and everything in order to win these games. And I think for me, we're in a situation now where the team has been able, with Adelman, to reconstruct its identity. And that might be one of the things that I think needs to be highlighted the most about this stretch. This team has, without their best player, been able to rebuild an offensive identity. And then on the other end, they've been able to build a defensive identity that is surrounded by multiple things. They started this game out with a 2-3 zone. They knew they were going to be at a size disadvantage. They started Jalen Pickett, Jamal Murray, Spencer Jones, Peyton Watson, and Aaron Gordon. That was their starting five. And so they came out in a 2-3 zone trying to set the tone from inside of the paint to disallow them from getting a lot of looks. Now, they had a 113.5 defensive rating today. That's not terrific, but it is pretty good, especially given where their personnel is right now. They just don't have like the bigs and the rebounding that would help them out a lot. They have been getting killed on the board as of late. Like, for instance, tonight, the Dallas Mavericks had 13 offensive rebounds and 34 rebounds. They got beat on the glass again today. That has been a very common theme with this Nuggets team without Jokic and without Valanciunas. They just cannot secure the boards. Now, they're gang rebounding. I had that in my notes multiple times today, that they're absolutely gang rebounding, meaning they're sending as many bodies as possible to the basket to be able to help one another in the rebounding battle. But I do want to say this, y'all. Jamal Murray has taken an all-NBA leap, and I had already said that, prior to this stretch happening. But, I mean, the way he's playing right now, y'all, is just like, I don't know what the conversations about him should be, from a national standpoint, but I think is being highly underrated just how good Jamal has been. Like, people know it. They're saying all-star, but I don't think people have actually tapped into the numbers and really have watched him play enough to understand why this is so significant. He had 33 points today, 5 assists and 2 rebounds, 2 of 6 from 3. He was 11 of 18 from 2 today. 11 of 18. His finishing was tremendous. His mid-range shooting was tremendous. He was 5 of 5 from the free throw line today, but he had a 63 true shooting, and he was a plus 10 in this game. And if you just watch him play, man, like, it's the pace, it's the control, it's the navigation, it's his ability to get 2 feet in the paint. That was one of the things I noted the most in the first half. Jamal Murray in this game, he had 14 points in the first quarter, and he was 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He was 5 of 8 from the field, and he was 1 of 3 from 3. And I'm just sitting here like, he's getting by PJ Washington and Caleb Martin. He's getting by Najee Marshall. He's getting by and he's getting both feet in the paint. And he kind of reestablishing his position and then putting the defense in a bad spot where they have to collapse on him. But he's such a good passer that he's spraying the ball all over the court. And it's just the pace, it's the control, it's the efficiency. Like this year, just for y'all know, Jamal Murray is shooting 43.6% from short mid-range, which is good. But he's shooting 46% from long mid-range, which is good. But he's shooting 45% from three this year. Like, he's been stupendous, y'all. And his growth as, I think, a leader and as a playmaker and as a decision maker that is really, truly changing this team. Like, I'm just so glad that, like, we're getting a chance to watch everybody do what they need to do and play this game at a very high level. And it's been fun, man. Like, it's truly been fun to watch Jamal be able to do what he's doing. And I'm really excited just to continue to see, you know, how is this team going to continue to respond and show up? You know, what are the special things that are going to continue to define this season? I think we're going to get to Peyton Watson here in a little bit, but Jamal Murray's ascendance has really been a key story for this year for me. Like I said, I just can't say enough, man. Like, and honestly, like, you know, we all, especially if you've been a fan of Denver and for a while, you know, this has been since 2016. 2016. You know, we're in a situation now where it's just like you got like this dude in full control in the middle of the floor. Like, he's navigating pick and roll. He's shooting efficiently. He's like dominating. Like, he's doing so many really good things. And it's honestly watching him, and even with the bench, whatever it might be, it's just been phenomenal from him, man. And I just really like can't say enough. And I want to try to show you a couple of highlights from this game so you can see just some of the stuff I'm talking about. Jamal Murray had some like plays in the middle of the floor where it was just like, goodness gracious. And what I will say too, man, like, Jamal getting to this place where he's just easily able to navigate, like, getting to his spot as a jump shooter. Like, so even when the Mavericks went to zone today, he found a way to hunt out Ryan Nembhard. And so there's obviously a huge size difference, but he gets him, he navigates the rest of the floor, puts people in the corner, flattens out the court. And this is one of the things the Nuggets do with Jokic in playoff time. When Jokic has the ball at the middle of the floor, like the Christmas Day game, obviously, they then flatten the court out, put Jokic at the nail. And so here's Jamal getting to a spot. You think his body gets underneath the nail. This is like the SGA all-time great scoring zone. And he just gets you there, and he turns over, and he just has every shot in the book from the mid-range. So, again, it's the ball handling, it's the size, it's the bump, it's the skill, it's the shot mechanic, it's the fade. And it's just his ability at this point in time in his career to seemingly get to every single spot he needs to get to and play at a high level. And it's not just even like the basic shots, y'all. It's also just the driving. Like, look at this possession right here. Again, pace and control. This is P.J. Washington. P.J. Washington is 6'8", 6'10". I can't remember exactly how tall he is. That is not a small man. He is also a good defender. And he gets people set up. Again, I got you standing almost straight up. Look at your legs. And I'm going to turn on the Jets. And I'm gone. Look at that. That is why, like, ball handling matters so much in the league, because the setup is for the setup. This is the setup, in and out, crossover. Like, look at this. Is Jamal never gets credit for this, and I want to stress this for y'all. Jamal never gets credit for just how elite his handle is, because he does this to everyone. I've seen him do this to Lou Dort. I've seen him do this to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I've seen him do this to Ant, Jaden McDaniels, whoever you're asking for. He is able to get people on an island and use his handles to separate space pretty consistently. So just phenomenal, man. Like, I'm gonna show y'all this play again, but again, it's just a setup, gets into a spot, and now he's just able to finish over to the top of people. Like, I think Jamal, one of the things that needs to be talked about is that his confidence in, I don't need Jokic on the court to get to my spot. I don't need Valanciunas on the court to get to my spot. Okay. Bink, 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 bink. Drive. All right. How far are you under? Midi. Step back. You're on my hip. Drive to the rim and finish. Just really simple plays from an all-NBA player that's having an excellent season, that's doing everything that his team is asking him to do, and he's doing it at a phenomenal level so far this year. And we are now 6 games into this experiment without Jokic. Jamal Murray is currently, including tonight, did not update yet. I'm pretty sure he's at the game. I don't see, it's not updated on the site I'm looking at, but I'm pretty sure he's at 30 and 10 right now. Pretty sure he's averaging 30 points and 10 right now. 30 points and 10 assists, which is obviously just, he's averaging 28 and 10 assists since Jokic has gone out. But let me find this for you real quick. Per the Real Lap, Jamal Murray in 2026. Let me share this with y'all real quick. Per the Real Lap, Jamal Murray in 2026 is averaging 30 points a game and 10.8 assists per game on 49, 41, 89 splits. He's the only player in the league averaging 30 and 10. Wow. Crazy, yo. Shout out to Jamal Murray, man. Aaron Gordon was exceptional tonight. He had 22 points. He had a dominant game. He had 6 rebounds and 3 assists. His defense on Cooper Flagg was really good before Cooper Flagg went down with the ankle injury. But again, man, it's just his physicality. It's the skill, the step back threes that he hit today, but it's also just the physicality. You know, he gets to a spot with his shoulder where he drives to the basket and you're going to move or he's going to create contact. And so getting 29 minutes from him, his minutes continue to go up. His comfortability continues to go up. You know, the Nuggets, obviously, they're just being very careful with him. They don't want to overextend him, and I honestly wouldn't overextend him the rest of the season. He might not even need to see 30 minutes a game the rest of the regular season. There's just, you know, just manages his workload. And then obviously Jokic gets back, Cam gets back, Christian gets back, and then they can add more bodies into that. But again, Aaron Gordon was phenomenal today. And Aaron Gordon started at the 5. And, you know, I don't have like a lot of space to talk about this in the middle of the show. But one thing that David Adelman did today, that he brought Deron Holmes and Zeke Naji into the game. And they actually had like a good couple of minutes together defensively. And they were a part of the unit that in the first 4 minutes and 34 seconds of the second quarter, David Adelman, to give Aaron Gordon a little bit of a break, David Adelman started Jalen Pickett, Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., Zeke Naji, and Deron Holmes. Pickett got an and one. Zeke got a great stop on PJ Washington. They were gang rebounding. Pickett then hit a 3 versus drop coverage. And then Pickett passed the ball to Deron Holmes on a great drive for a 3. Pickett then ripped the defender for the Mavs. Holmes got a great rip that ran out of bounds. I think that was PJ Washington. They did not get the ball back. Holmes played really good defense on a pick and roll. Like, it was just like they extended the lead from 29 to 23 at the end of the first quarter to a double-digit lead. Like, that unit put it all together, and I really want to give credit to David Adelman, because that is legitimately like the thing that's separating this team, is that they're putting all of the different lineups together and working together to be as good as they can. And David Adelman deserves a lot of credit for, and just how like phenomenal that they've been, man. Shout out to the team, man. Like, you know, again, it's just impressive. Like, it's impressive watching them continue to rise like this. Peyton Watson, they had 18 points. He had 5 rebounds and 2 assists. He was also a +2. Aaron Gordon was a +3 tonight. His defense was really good. You know, he was in foul trouble today. He had 5 fouls. He would have had 20 or more points today, but he only played 30 minutes, and he had to go out with 4 fouls with like very early in the third quarter today because David Adelman just wanted to be really careful with him. He actually had to bring him back with like 3 minutes and 30 seconds left at the end of the third because they started giving up a run. Jamal Murray and Peyton Watson got 4 fouls, I believe. Yeah, Jamal Murray and Peyton Watson got 4 fouls in the third quarter. And when Jamal Murray went out, they were up, I want to know, like 18 points or something like that. And I think that the Mavericks, they went on a 17-4 run. 17-4 run to close the third quarter. And they went into the fourth quarter an 88-78 lead. And so they started the quarter with Bruce Brown, Jamal Murray, Tim Hardaway Jr., Peyton Watson, and Zeke Naji, man. And the score got all the way to like a 4-point lead for the Denver Nuggets. And the Dallas Mavericks, they were getting momentum. They looked like they were about to get back in the game. The crowd was getting into it. But then, y'all, Jamal Murray and Peyton Watson went on a 10-0 run. They went on a 13-2 run, but it was a 10-0 run to put the Denver Nuggets back up 16. It was exceptional. Bruce Brown gets a layup, but then Peyton Watson gets a pull-up 3. So the lead got extended to 8. So Tim Hardaway Jr. got a pass from Peyton Watson. That was a 3. Bruce Brown then got a layup. Peyton Watson got a pull-up 3-pointer that put them back up 11. Jamal Murray then got a layup. Looked like he got fouled on the layup, put him up 13. And then Watson made an incredible pass where he somehow got both feet in the paint off of a spin and made a crazy in-the-air jump pass to Jamal Murray for a 3 in the corner on the right side when he had a back screen set for him. And it was a 10-0 run. I don't know if they recorded that play today, but I can try to find it for y'all. But that was one of the best passes that Peyton Watson has made over this last little stretch. He's had some really good ones, like especially in the Philadelphia game. But this one today was like, it was legitimately like, all right, he's seeing the court at a very high level. And man, I don't think anybody got it. I'm looking for it crazy right now. Nope. Man, that sucks. We'll have to see it another time. But again, just a phenomenal game from him. Just he's continuing to just figure stuff out and figure out how to like play the offensive role really well and just figure out like how to play with his team and how to share the ball. He's still learning the nuances of like, just figuring out like how exactly when he's supposed to shoot, when he's supposed to dribble, where he's supposed to be. Again, that's all development stuff. Again, if you were with me in the preseason, I talked about this idea that Peyton Watson was going to get more and more ball handling responsibility as the season went on. They were starting him in the preseason with the job because they know he can do it. But then over time, it's just gotten better. Jalen Pickett today had 9 points. He also has 6 rebounds and 3 assists and 2 steals. He actually played good defense today. He's just small, so he can get taken advantage of at times. But he was 2 of 4 from 3. He continues to hit some really big threes for this team. He was a +1 today. He had 2 offensive rebounds. He was actually tied for the lead on the team with offensive rebounds, him and Bruce Brown. He played a really good game. Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench, man. He led them in +/. He was a +20 in the first half, just for context. Tim Hardaway Jr. was 4 of 10 from 3. He took 12 shots. 10 of them were from 3. He knows what his job is. He knows his role. 4 of 10 from 3. Phenomenal. He had 12 points, 2 steals, and 4 assists and 3 rebounds today. He continues to be just an absolute dime for this team. Does so many major things. Zeke Naji was only 1 of 4, but I thought he played some really good minutes. His defense on the switch was exceptional today. He was a part of the reason why the Mavs scored 5 points in a 4-minute and 34-second period. His defense was really good. He played 17 minutes today. Bruce Brown, I thought, had some really good moments, had some tough misses, had a missed layup. He had 5 rebounds. He had 2 offensive rebounds. He had 7 points today, 3 of 5 from the field. Deron Holmes had 3 points. He made a 3 today. He was only 1 of 2 from the field. The Nuggets were 16 of 38 from 3. They're 42% from 3, and they were 82% from the line on 18 of 22. The Nuggets continue to be the best three-point shooting team in the league. They are shooting more threes. They have a lot more three-point shooters as well, and their three-point shooters are taking those threes. So that's the problem. Last year, they didn't shoot a lot of threes. The three-point shooters that weren't good on the team were taking a lot of the threes in big moments. And so now this year, they got more shooters, and they spaced out their floor differently. That way, the shooters have more access to the floor. The The Mavericks, by the way, only shot 5 of 34 from three. Just bricks everywhere. Nobody was hitting any threes tonight. But y'all, the reason why this is such a big deal, shout out to Vic Lombardi, shared this tweet. The Denver Nuggets are now 17-7 on the road. They have the most road wins in the NBA. The Denver Nuggets are now 6-3 without Nikola Jokic, which is phenomenal, exceptional. And I think they have a chance to, they have a chance. I'm saying they will. They have a chance to move to 9-3 without Jokic if you look at the next 3 games that they have. The Denver Nuggets are also now the number 2 seed. They outright own the number 2 seed. So despite the injuries to 4 starters, despite losing the best player in the world, despite the fact that they've had to manufacture all different kind of lineups all year, they're at the 2 seed. They're playing super well. I think that's their 3rd straight win. And check the schedule. I believe that's their 3rd straight win that they've had. Yep, sure is. Their 3rd straight win, but they're also 5-1 in their last 6 games. And the only game they lost is coming off that crazy 7-game road trip. And they played versus the Atlanta Hawks and lost the momentum. And they had a lead 85-84, I want to say, maybe going into the 4th quarter. And then lost the game. No, it wasn't even that. I think it was 60. They were leading that Atlanta game. I think it was 75, 74, something like that. Can't remember. But yeah, man, they play versus the Washington Wizards at home, y'all, on the 17th. Washington Wizards. Very winnable game. They play versus the Charlotte Hornets on the 18th. Very winnable game. So the Nuggets have Thursday and Friday off. And they have a back-to-back on Saturday and Sunday in the evening. Both very winnable games. And then they play versus the Los Angeles Lakers in Denver on the 20th. Like another game that I think is going to be winnable because they're good and they have an identity. And the Lakers can't guard. So they can put together some lineups, I think, to really help them in that game. Then they go on the road again, and they got Washington, Milwaukee, and Memphis. And also, I think it's important for all of you that we give you a little update on Nikola Jokic because that, I think, is changing everything. So not only is the team playing well and doing all the things many of us would hope that they would be able to do, but also, and let me share this with y'all with the audio, that makes sure y'all can watch this and hear everything. Per Shams.
Nikola Jokic, he's been out for a couple of weeks. Usually Nikola's kind of an Iron Man. When can we expect to see him?
A big development here. Nikola Jokic has resumed on-court workouts for Denver, and he's right on schedule, if not a little bit ahead of schedule, of making his return to the lineup by the end of this month. That's about that 4-week initial early timetable that they had. The Nuggets are optimistic Nikola Jokic will be able to return by that late January mark. He's making great progress, rapid progress. If he is able to make it back by late January, it would also give him a window to be eligible for the postseason awards, MVP, All-NBA team. So progress for Nikola Jokic.
Good.
I think Jokic is going to be back. I said originally it was going to be around the 27th was the date. The 27th was the date that I had circled. That was a full month, which is Detroit. I think Jokic could be back by the 22nd or 20th. Today's the 14th. He's ahead of schedule. He's moving. He's working out. He's training. I think there's a world where you give Jokic, so today is a Wednesday. If you gave Jokic another full week, he could be back on the 22nd, which would be Washington. If you give Jokic another 2 weeks, it essentially be with the 27th versus Detroit. So the Nuggets they're in a really good situation, man. They're in a really good situation, Lord willing. They get everybody back. Cam Johnson will be back soon. They for sure get Cam Johnson back soon, and they for sure get Jokic back soon. I don't know about Brown with his ankle injury, but they're still missing Jonas Valanciunas. But look, February, Lord willing, they get everybody back together. They can stay together. They get healthy. they find their rhythm, they can keep moving. Y'all know what time it is, Swipa Gang. See you on the other side.